Have you ever had one of those moments that stops you dead in your tracks? You're in the middle of a conversation, or maybe just scrolling through your phone, and a thought quietly breaks through the noise. Wait a minute. Is this really my life? Or am I just playing a part? That feeling, that subtle and settling sense of disconnect, is one of the most important signals you'll ever receive. It's your inner self, tapping you on the shoulder, trying to wake you up. And it points directly to a bombshell statement from one of the most profound minds in history, the psychologist Carl Jung. He said, "Life is an illusion, and only those who have truly lived it can see it." Now, let's be honest. On the surface, that sounds a bit depressing, right? Life is an illusion. It can feel dismissive. But what if I told you that this is actually one of the most liberating ideas you could ever embrace? What if understanding this illusion is the master key to a life of authentic purpose, deep peace, and genuine connection? That's our mission for the next 60 minutes. We're not just going to talk about Jung's ideas. We're going to unpack them, feel them, and translate them into a practical guide for your own awakening. So, wherever you are, just take a breath. Get comfortable. Let's dive in. Part 1. The Invisible Wall. Understanding the Collective Illusion. So, let's get straight to it. What did Jung mean by illusion? He wasn't a philosopher saying the physical world doesn't exist. The chair you're sitting on is real. The screen in front of you is real. He was talking about our perception of reality. He was saying that most of us are looking at life through a heavily filtered lens, a lens coated with the fingerprints of our parents, our culture, our traumas, and our social conditioning. Think of it like this. Imagine you're born wearing a pair of blue-tinted glasses. You grow up, and everyone around you is also wearing blue-tinted glasses. Nobody questions it. You all agree the sky is a certain shade of blue, the grass is a certain shade of green. It becomes your collective truth. Then, one day, you meet someone who insists the sky is actually a brilliant, vibrant violet. You'd think they were crazy. But what if, just what if, you took your glasses off for a single, terrifying moment? That, in a nutshell, is the Jungian illusion. It's the unexamined blue tint we all accept as reality. Let me make this even more practical. I want you to think about these questions. The success script. Is the dream you're chasing, the big house, the high-status job, the perfect Instagram life, truly your dream? Or is it a movie you were cast in without ever reading the script? The relationship script. Do you have beliefs about what a good partner should be or how a successful relationship should look that were handed down to you? Are you trying to force your unique, messy, human love story into a prefabricated box? This is the collective dream. We're all sleepwalking, following these inherited maps, and then we're shocked when they lead us to a destination that feels empty. We achieve the goal, but the feeling of fulfillment never comes. That, my friend, is the telltale sign that you've been chasing an illusion. Let me share a quick personal story. 4 years, I was on a very specific career path. It looked successful from the outside, but there was a constant, low-grade hum of anxiety, a feeling that I was an imposter. I realized I was living my father's definition of success, not my own. The moment I admitted that to myself was the moment the illusion began to crack. It was terrifying, but it was the beginning of everything. And this is a perfect time to pause and ask for your thoughts. Pause this video for a second if you need to, and just drop a comment below. What's one script or should that you feel has been directing your life? Just naming it is the first step to reclaiming your power. I read all your comments, and they truly help shape what we talk about next on this channel. Part 2. the hidden control room, your subconscious and the power of the shadow. Okay, so we've identified the filter. The next logical question is, who, or what, is controlling it? Where does this blue tint actually come from? Jung's answer was revolutionary. He said the real command center for our lives isn't our conscious, logical mind. It's the subconscious. Now, this isn't just a dusty basement where we store bad memories. This is a vast, active, and powerful part of you. It has two main layers. First, there's the personal subconscious. This is where your unique life experiences, forgotten memories, and, most importantly, your shadow live. What is the shadow? This is a crucial concept. Your shadow is everything you've ever been told was bad, shameful, or unacceptable. As a child, maybe you were told big boys don't cry, so you repressed your vulnerability. Maybe you were praised for being nice, so you shoved your assertiveness and anger deep down. Your shadow isn't just the bad stuff. It's also your repressed genius, your unexpressed creativity, your wildness. The problem is, the shadow doesn't go away. It just goes underground and starts running the show from behind the scenes. It projects onto other people. That's why you get irrationally angry at someone who displays a trait you've disowned in yourself. It sabotages your goals because a part of you doesn't believe you deserve them. Let's do a quick, real-world shadow check. Think of someone who really irritates you. What specific quality do they have? Now, ask yourself with total honesty, where might I be displaying a tiny, or a not-so-tiny, version of that same behavior? It's an uncomfortable question, but it's pure gold for self-awareness. But the subconscious gets even bigger. Jung discovered the collective unconscious. This is like the ancient, shared hard drive of humanity. It contains universal patterns called archetypes: the hero, the mother, the wise old man, the trickster. These are psychic instincts that shape our stories, our dreams, and our behaviors without us even knowing. They're the reason myths from completely different cultures share the same basic patterns. So, your perception is being shaped by your personal shadow and these ancient, collective patterns. It's no wonder we feel like we're not in the driver's seat. Here's a deeper question to ponder. What archetype are you unconsciously living out? The hero, constantly needing to overcome. The caregiver, always putting others first. Recognizing this can be a monumental shift in understanding why you do what you do. Part 3. The hero's journey inward, a practical path to waking up. Knowing all this can feel overwhelming. It can feel like you're trapped in a system you never agreed to. But here's the incredible hope in Jung's message. You can wake up. The process is what he called individuation, the journey of becoming your true, indivisible, whole self. It's the ultimate hero's journey. But the quest isn't to slay a dragon out there. It's to journey into the deepest caves of your own psyche and integrate what you find. This isn't a passive process. It's an active, daily practice. Let's break it down into 3 practical steps you can start today. Step 1. The art of conscious self-observation. For the next 24 hours, I challenge you to become a gentle, curious scientist of your own mind. Don't judge, just observe. When you feel a sudden spike of anxiety, instead of distracting yourself, pause and ask, what thought just triggered this? What's the deeper fear here? When you feel a rush of joy, lean into it. Ask, what about this moment is so nourishing to my soul? This simple act of observation creates a tiny gap between the stimulus and your reaction. And in that gap, your freedom lies. Step 2. The courageous work of shadow integration. This is where we stop running from the parts of us we've locked away. The trigger journal. For 1 week, commit to writing down every time you feel strongly triggered, angry, jealous, resentful. Next to each entry, write down the specific trait in the other person that set you off. Then, and this is the key, write, "This is a mirror. How is this true for me?" You will be amazed at the patterns you uncover. The I am exercise. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say out loud, "I am allowed to be angry. I am allowed to be needy. I am allowed to be selfish sometimes." Say the things you feel are most unacceptable. This isn't to become those things, but to reclaim the power you give to their repression. I know this is deep work. If you're finding value in this and want to support this channel so we can keep making content that challenges and inspires, the best way to do that is to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. It might seem like a small thing, but it tells the algorithm that this is the kind of content the world needs, and it helps me reach more people like you. Step 3. Dialoguing with your inner guide intuition. Your intuition is the voice of your subconscious trying to communicate with your conscious mind. It's that gut feeling, that quiet knowing. Most of us have been trained to ignore it in favor of logic. Your practice here is to create quiet space. Just 5 minutes a day. Sit in silence. No phone, no music, no input. Just you and your breath. In that silence, ask a simple question like, "What is the next right step for me?" And listen. Don't force an answer. Just listen. The voice is quiet, but it is persistent. Let's try a mini version right now. For just the next 10 seconds, I'm going to be quiet. You just sit, breathe, and ask yourself, what part of what we've discussed today is most important for me to hear? Don't force it. Just listen. Part 4. The invitation. What awaits you on the other side? So, what happens when you commit to this path? When you start to wipe the filter clean and see through the illusion? You don't become a perfect, blissed-out zombie. Quite the opposite. You become more fully, vibrantly, missily human. You trade autopilot for authenticity. Your choices start to come from a deep, internal yes or no, not from what you should do. This leads to a life that is uniquely, unmistakably yours. You find meaning in the mess. The challenges don't disappear, but they stop being meaningless punishments. They become initiations, lessons your soul needs to grow. The pain of a breakup can become a lesson in self-love. A career failure can become the catalyst for finding your true calling. You experience profound inner peace. This is the big one. When you stop fighting your shadow and make peace with your whole self, the internal civil war ends. The energy you used to spend repressing parts of yourself is now freed up for living, creating, and loving. This is what it means to be one of the few who truly live. It's not about having a more exciting external life. It's about experiencing life in high definition, with the volume turned all the way up on your own soul. My call to action for you today is this. Don't let this just be another video you watch. 1. Start the conversation. Your journey begins with community. Head down to the comments and share one insight you're taking away from this. It could be your answer to the script question, or a revelation from the shadow check. Let's learn from each other. Your comment inspires the next video and helps others feel less alone. 2. Become a part of the mission. If this channel provides you with value and you'd like to support it directly, consider joining us as a channel member. You'll get early access to videos, behind-the-scenes content, and the ability to influence future topics. Click the Join button to see the details. Your support is what keeps this independent channel going. 3. Continue your awakening. The journey doesn't end here. To go even deeper, I highly watch this video next. Solitude is your superpower. You can find the link in the description. It's a perfect practical companion to what we've discussed today, giving you another powerful tool for your inner work toolkit. The illusion is comfortable. It's familiar. It's the path of least resistance. Waking up takes courage. It takes a commitment to truth over comfort. But I promise you, on the other side of that courage is a reality more vivid, a peace more profound, and a life more truly your own than you can possibly imagine. Thank you for your time, your courage, and your commitment to your own awakening. I believe in your journey. I'll see you in the next video.